Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the Andrew Murnane podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have been enjoying the podcast, please toss a like. Can you like a podcast? I don't even know. Toss me a follow, write a review, story it on your Instagram story, and I'll repost it. Whatever you can do to help share the episodes and help me grow would be greatly appreciated. But if you don't do any of that and just are here to listen to me or watch me on YouTube, then I am also very, very grateful for that as well. So, anyway, this is episode 3. This episode is going to be more of a guided meditation. So, I'm going to basically walk you through the meditation routine I do every single morning, from some breathing exercises, gratitude affirmations, just a inner body exercise type thing, and then finish it off with a scenario that I do every single morning. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And I'm also going on TikTok Live right now, so I don't know how that's going to work. If that's a good idea, if I'm doing it during a podcast, but whatever. There we go. Okay. So, as I mentioned, this is the meditation routine that I do every single morning. So, I am just going to talk you through it, and I hope you enjoy it. And that is basically going to be this whole exercise or this whole episode. All right. You're going to start by closing your eyes, and I'm going to close my eyes along with you. You're going to start simply by breathing, simply by watching your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue watching your breath go in through your nose and out through your mouth, and picture your breath, picture the air going in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue doing this for a few minutes. And one thing you'll probably begin to notice is that thoughts begin to arise. They inevitably begin to arise. And every time you catch yourself thinking, maybe getting lost in thought for a few seconds or even a minute or two, just bring your attention back to your breath as soon as you catch yourself thinking. Sometimes your mind may wander for a few minutes, but as soon as you remember that you want to be focusing on your breath, just bring your attention back to your breath. So I'm going to stop talking now for a little while and just continue watching your breathing, realizing that you are not the thinker. You are simply the one that is aware of these thoughts. You're not trying to think, but thoughts keep happening. And as they do, just bring your attention back to your breath as often as you can remember. Now you can continue doing this as long as you want, but in the essence of time, I'm going to take 5 more conscious breaths.
Another thing you can do is picture your lungs being filled up with each breath, being inflated with each in-breath and deflating with each exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're sitting upright. So you're going to put your hands on your knees and we're going to relax our body from head to toe. Really feel the pull of gravity pulling your body down to the ground while keeping your spine upright in place. I'm going to begin with the tops of our heads. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes. Release the tension of your eyes. Relax the side of your head down to your ears. Relax your nose, your cheekbones, your lips, your mouth, your tongue. Allow your jaw to relax. Really feel the weight of gravity on your face, almost as if it's being pulled down to the ground. Now relax your neck, your shoulders. Keep them upright, but just allow them to droop a little bit. And your upper arm, your elbows. Just releasing the tension from each part of your body. From your elbows into your forearms, into your fingers and hands. Just allow all of that tension to release. Now we're going to go back up to your shoulders, into your chest, to your back, keeping it upright but allowing it to relax. Back around front to your abdomen. Down into your hips, relaxing as we go. Into your upper leg. Allow for that release. Into your knees, shins, calves, and feet. Into your toes, just allow them to relax. And now, feel your body as a whole, fully relaxed. Back to your face, because that's where we like to hold a lot of our tension. Just allow all of that tension to be released. Just stay here with your entire body relaxed for a few breaths here. Now the next thing we're going to do Just beginning with our toes, move back up our body. But rather than relaxing every part of our body, we're going to feel every single part of our body. Sometimes you can get a bit of a vibrational feeling, very good vibrational feeling as you move throughout your body, really focusing your attention on every single part of your body. And I'll talk us through this one as well. So you're going to start with your toes and your feet, through your arches into your heel. Feel your ankles, your shins and calves. Into your knees. Really focus your attention on them. Really feel them. Into your thighs and hips. Now just feel your entire lower body as a whole, your legs and feet together. Now we're going to keep moving up into our abdomen and stomach. Now into our heart. I'm going to stay here for a little while. Really feel your heart. Feel that warmth, that vibrational frequency. Now we're going to move back down to the base of our spine and feel our spine slowly all the way up to the base of our neck. Each vertebrae, almost like it's coming to life for the first time. So you feel your entire spine move back to the front, into our chest, up into the base of our neck, into our shoulders. Really feel every part of your shoulder, all around from back, the sides of it, to the front. We're going to go down into our upper arm. Feel your elbows, forearms, palms, hands, into your fingers. There's a lot of nerves in your fingers, so you may feel quite a bit here. Now we're going to move back up through our hands, into our wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arm, into our shoulders, and back into our neck. We're going to move up the top of our jaws. Feel your ears. We're going to go back down your jawline. Feel your cheeks, into your chin, your teeth, tongue, lips. Feel your nose. Feel your eyeballs, into your forehead. Feel the top of your head and your hair, if you have any. And the final piece is we're going to go inside of our head and feel your brain. This is the most powerful feeling that I get. And just stay here for a few breaths. Really feel that feeling becoming more powerful, the vibration getting stronger. Now we're going to imagine that feeling going through the tops of our heads, out into the universe. Helping you further realize that you're not a part of the universe. You're not separate from the universe. You are universe, universal consciousness that we all are, simply experiencing itself as a human being. Now feel that feeling come back into your head. Now we're going to allow it to flow through the rest of our body, down through our face and neck, shoulders, arms, through our chest, midsection, in our heart, down through our stomach, into our hips, upper leg, knees, shins and calves, into our heels, the arches of our feet, the tops of your feet, into your toes, and out through your toes to the rest of the universe. Now you're going to allow it to flow back through your toes and up your legs, midsection, back into your head. Now you're just going to allow the feeling to sit in your body. Just allow it to stay there, getting stronger and stronger with each couple seconds. It's now become very powerful vibrational feeling for me. Really feel every part of my body. Now we're going to go back and relax our entire body. Feel that gravitational pull down into the ground. Now we're going to go through some gratitude affirmations. As I discussed in my previous podcast episode, the importance of gratitude is something that I practice every single morning. Just thinking about things and remembering all the things I have to be grateful for, and I keep it basic. So moving forward, you can, of course, think about your own things. Everyone has unique things to be grateful for, but I'll talk through what I think about in this part. I'm grateful that I have 2 arms and 2 legs. I'm grateful that I have 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm grateful that I am able to see. I'm grateful that I am able to smell. I'm grateful that I am able to hear. I'm grateful that I am able to speak. I'm grateful that I am able to touch. grateful for all of the love that I have in my life. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for all of my friends. I'm grateful for my girlfriend. I'm grateful for my dog. I'm grateful that I have the ability to experience being human. We so often get caught up in things we don't have and trying to keep up with the Joneses. When your friend or neighbor has something, think about how much better your life would be if you had it. We so often forget all the things that we all already have, all the things that we already have to be grateful for, and there's so many. Everyone has at least a few things to be grateful for, and the more often you can focus your attention on those things, the better you'll feel, the more happiness you'll be able to derive from and by simply remembering everything that you already have. And simply how amazing it is that we have the opportunity to experience being human. Out of all the things in the universe that you could have experienced, could have been a stop sign or a fire hydrant or an insect. But no, your experience is as a human. You get to experience being a human. And that in itself is like hitting the jackpot, winning the lottery. It's an incredible thing to be able to experience, and so many of us take it for granted. So just taking the time to remember what an amazing gift it is and all the things that you have to be grateful for, I think just helps. And the final thing we're going to do is go through a scenario. This is the scenario I went through and still go through fairly often, but I went through it every day for probably close to 2 years. And it's actually the exercise that got me to start making content. And it goes like this. Now, imagine you're 100 years old. You're old. You're wrinkly. Maybe you're no longer living at home. You're in a nursing home. You're in a hospital. You're very, very old. Don't have too much energy. Each day, you're getting closer and closer to death. Now, put yourself in this place. Really feel it. Maybe you're in a hospital room. Maybe you're in a nursing home. And here you're upright, but in a bed or a chair. And you start thinking about your life. Start thinking about the past 100 years that you've experienced. And you ask yourself, what do I regret? What do I wish I had done differently? What was that thing that I always wanted to do, but I was too afraid to because of fear of judgment, fear of failure? That thing that I always wanted to try, I always wanted to work on, but I was afraid of what people would think. For me, a couple years ago when I would go through this exercise, the thing that came up for me every single time for close to 2 years was that I regretted not creating content, not being more open about my life, sharing things that I was interested in. 100-year-old me regretted not creating more content. And at that point in my life, I wasn't creating content. And I wasn't doing it not because I didn't want to, it's because I was afraid. I was afraid of what people would say, of how they would judge me. But funny thing about being in this scenario, being 100 years old, is you think about that and how silly it was. Not only are those people no longer in your life, many of them are probably dead now, they have since passed away, but you finally realize, and wish that you had realized it sooner, that those people weren't actually thinking about you very much. You thought they would judge every single thing you ever did, when in reality, they all had their own things to worry about. They were equally, if not more, worried about what you thought of them. Meanwhile, you were there worried about what they thought of you, when in reality, no one was thinking about anyone. No one was really spending that much time judging anyone. They were all thinking about themselves, just like you do most of the time. You're there in the hospital bed at 100 years old, in pain, thinking back, and now realizing that you can't do that thing that you always wanted to. And it hurts a lot. And you wish with all of your heart you would give up every dollar you ever made to be able to go back to being 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 years old, when you had the time and the resources and the energy to do those things, but you were just too afraid to. You would give up anything, everything, to go back and be your younger self with the perspective that you now have. But you can't. Now, open your eyes. You're not 100 years old. You're not old and wrinkly. You are still young. So whatever it is that came up, go do that thing before it's too late. You have nothing to lose. People aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. Do it now. Please. And that is
my morning meditation routine. Sometimes I mix in some other scenarios there that I've posted on TikTok. So if you're interested in hearing more, check out my TikTok. I'll probably post more scenario videos on this podcast, on YouTube, on my TikTok. But I hope you enjoyed the guided meditation. If you haven't clicked that follow or subscribe button or like button or whatever podcasts have, make sure you click it so you don't miss any new episodes. I'm going to try and post at least a few episodes a week. So yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Talk to you later. Peace.